No. So the other day, guys, I was going through my phone, like your average teenager. I'm a teenager, in case y'all didn't know that.
Nice.
Anyways, I saw this article that was talking about stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home dads, right? And how it's just as hard of a job, essentially, like any other job, if not harder, because it's 24 hours, 24/7, right? So, what are your thoughts? Let's say you and your partner, okay? Let's say your partner made 150 grand, right? Way more enough to support you and your family. You made about less than half of that, about 70 grand or whatever you do, right? And your partner does not like nannies. She doesn't like, babysitters. She wants one of you guys to stay at home to take care of your kids while the other one works.
Yes. No family, no nothing, and that's close by.
Okay. How okay are you with being a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad? What are your thoughts on it? Because this article really attacked both sides, and it was kind of interesting to see it because it had guys who are stay-at-home dads, guys who worked, women who are stay-at-home moms, and women who worked, and kind of their viewpoints. So I'm kind of interested to see your guys' viewpoint.
I used to stay at home when Damien was little, so I've done this whole stay at home thing. And I know I'm probably going to make some people mad because some people say that stay at home mom is really hard. I didn't think it was hard at all because I would take naps. I would take naps. I would stay at home and I would take care of not me, but also Deanna's little one. So I had two that were very close in age, right? But for me, work is harder. Going to work and doing what I'm doing now is so much harder than staying at home.
I don't think it's a harder thing, right? I think it's more of a passion thing.
It's what you like doing.
You're not passionate about your work, right?
I mean, I like what I do, but I'm not.
No, she complains about it all the time.
If I had a choice.
In all realistic, let me sum it up for her, right? This is what I think she's trying to say. She's not passionate about what she works, right? She's even said that she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So that's her passion, her livelihood. So that, I think, in her eyes, is she loves it.
Okay,
right?
so the quote, right? Like if you find something you love, it's not work, right? You don't work a day in your life.
Correct.
Yeah,
so she basically loves it.
And I don't think there's a stay-at-home moms and dads that hate it.
Yeah, they don't hate
but
it.
I think their passion is at work. So here, they love their children, of course. But this is man, I'm having to wash dishes. I'm having to do laundry. They don't see that as what you would see it as far as this is my passion. This is what I want to do. I do want to do laundry. I do want to do dishes. Right. I do want to do this.
Yeah,
so it's not a hard or easy thing. It's more of I enjoy it. I enjoy the errands that I have to run and the little jobs I have to do. Rather than someone's I love being and hang out with my kids, but man, I hate folding laundry. Man, I hate doing dishes.
Yeah, I used to love it because you come up with your own schedule and to me, it was easy. It was fun. We had our own schedule. We would all sleep at the same time. It was fun. But you asked my sister who, she would much rather be at work. So even no matter how much she's bringing in money, she doesn't want to stay with the little one. That's too hard. And she would rather be at work. So it just depends on you, like you said. But it's all on the person.
Okay, so coming from Mr. Relationship Advice himself, Mr. Mesa, what are your thoughts, bud?
Now, if my wife's making $150K a year, I'm 100% okay staying home. I'm gonna tell you right now.
And I think it's crazy because this article talked about how guys take it kind of like an ego thing.
Right.
For guys, it's a lot. It's a bigger ego thing. So your ego's not hurt if
100% care less. Honestly, it doesn't. If she's paying for the meals or whatever, the waiter's looking at me sideways. I'm like, okay, fool. She's making enough money to take care of us to be able to go out and have fun and go on vacations or whatever and do everything. The least I could do is clean the house and whatever. If she's killing it at work, that's the least I could do. Is pull some weight at home. You know what I mean? And if that's what she feels super strong about is, I don't feel comfortable with a stranger taking care of my child, then I'll quit my job and I'll do it and we can live happily ever after.
Would you even so let's even say a nanny and all that's available to you.
Okay.
But let's say let's say your wife still makes enough that she can take care of everybody. And she gives you the option hey, you can work and we'll bring in extra money, or I make enough where you don't have to work. We can afford a nanny if you do. In that case, if you have both options, what do you choose? Do you still go after your career?
Yeah, I think I still go for my career. If I have an option at that point, if she's hey, we can get a nanny, I'll probably still work at that point. Now, am I gonna work am I gonna pull in overtime or hey, can you come in this weekend? And I'm no.
Okay.
But I think it's still good to work at that point. I kind of get out there.
All right, Devon, let's hear your side on this.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Uh-oh.
If it had to come to that point where she's making double than me, I would have to do it. But the thing about it is, I wouldn't like it that much. And not the fact that she's
Okay, but what if you made enough that you were gonna be okay? Like you weren't struggling how much you made. She obviously made more than you, but y'all could live and be okay with how much you make.
70, 75 a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then would you ask her to stay at home? Like she left it up to you. She's like, I'm okay either way. I'll stay at home or I'll work.
Right. She's not upset with it if you actually ask her, I want you to stay home and I want to work.
But she's still making more. Like it's still.
She
she
pretty much makes double what you make.
Makes double what I make. I would still let her. I will let her be the breadwinner. I would stay at home, but the thing about it, it would just hurt my ego. It would hurt my ego a little bit, just like in the article said. It would hurt me because the same thing. Like I don't like doing that stuff all the time. I mean, I would love my kids, but also like I would want a job. Not necessarily. Yeah, I would want a job. I would still work. Hopefully, if I'm able to, maybe like find a part-time job. Maybe as they get older, do something with my passion or find something like that. But like, I still will want to work. I still want to do something.
So are you just needing a job because you think like that's what, like in your head, like that's what's going to make you feel more? Because you kind of threw in passion there. I think to kind of make you feel better. Yeah. But realistically, is it just programmed in your head that I have to work somehow, some way, some form?
And that was my question is, what exactly about your ego, like why does it hurt your ego so bad? Because I do feel it's more of an ego thing than a passion thing.
Yes,
I'm curious to see.
Is it because like the man should provide, the man should
but that too, and then I have to hear from other people like, oh, Devon, you gotta get money from the lady. You gotta get money from the mom.
From the mom? We didn't say anything about your mom.
Well, like she's Mama Bear, you know what I mean? Like like Mama Bear, like I would have to hear that all the time. But and sometimes that would get to me.
The guys like they at him.
Yeah, like some people wouldn't care, but it would affect me just a little bit.
No, not me at all. Honestly, I would laugh and just be like, "You see my house? Like you see my cool stuff?"
It wouldn't bother you if they're like.
No, I'd be like, look at your car compared to my car. Look at your house compared to my house. They come talk to me.
And then also like you said, look at your car compared to mine. So that means you have to go ask her for money. Say, hey, can you?
She's paying the bill. I ain't even getting the bill, Doug.
So you would literally rather, because going back to the ego thing, you would literally rather have to work at a job that you particularly aren't. Let's take passion.
Yeah, you don't love
passion out of the thing, because I think we've all agreed none of us have found what we're passionate about. Right. So, but you still currently have a job, so you would literally just work at somewhere you don't really like, just so you could say you had a job.
Because essentially that's what it comes down to, really, at the end of the day. Because the people are telling you you're not buying your own stuff, your girlfriend's buying, or your wife is buying you your stuff. Is it really worth working at a job that you don't really love?
I mean, that's life.
But he has the opportunity not to have to live that
That's
far.
The difference, yes.
But his ego's not allowing him to do that. He would rather, from what you're saying, would rather work at a job you hate, right? Than have to like give up the pride. Yeah, the swallow your pride, I guess.
Yeah, and really, it might not even be hate. You might not even hate your job. You're just not. You don't have your passion. Yeah, exactly. You don't love your job. You're not excited to go to work every day.
Yeah, it's a job.
I also don't know, man. I think I just still feel it though. I just still feel if I was just a stay-at-home dad. I'm not saying I would hate it. I just wouldn't like that much because I would still have that feeling. It's like, man, like I don't know.
So so going off of that, right? Okay. Do you think that would affect y'all's relationship because you'd hold some of that resentment towards her because now you're not doing what apparently you don't like and she's getting to do something she loves when she's okay with it either way? So are you holding some secret resentment in her towards her? Like, do you personally think like you would carry resentment towards her in your everyday life after years of you having to do this?
Right, and then the friends constantly like badgering you about it. Like, wouldn't you think that would kind of bubble up, kind of like when your friends are making fun of you, like, oh, go ask your wife for money, Then like, are you gonna really bubble up and get like really mad because you're not the
and you're
breadwinner?
Take it out on her.
Yes.
Like, and wouldn't it be fair to her because she gave you that opportunity and that choice? So laying in all these risks, wouldn't you think that you might as well just tell her to stay at home? Because in the long run, I get it. Financially, it's better, but maybe health-wise, as far as your happiness in your relationship, could possibly be better.
If she's making double than me, I can't tell her to stay home. If she's making more money, she has to stay at that job and make more money. I'm just gonna have to just bless you. I'm just honestly gonna just have to suck it up, and if I feel bad, talk to her about that. Talk to her about how I feel, but to let her know that I'm not gonna tell you to quit your job because you make double than me. It's financially smart. Like I couldn't tell her to do that.
Let's say at that point you have that conversation, right? You say, "Hey, look, this is how I'm feeling about it. My ego's a little hurt because you're making double than me and you're working." And she then decides she'll step down. Do you fight her to try to keep the job, or do you let her step down and you keep working? If she then tries to like say, "Hey, I'll stay at home,"
then she'll have resentment for me. Wouldn't that make it worse?
Well, no, but you have resentment towards her this whole time because originally she doesn't have resentment either way. Okay, we're saying she was okay with being a stay-at-home mom, and she loves her job, right? She didn't want to make the decision because she's so torn because she knows she'll love being a stay-at-home mom and she loves her job, so she's stuck. She wants basically you to make the decision for her because she's down the middle. You, on the other hand, like don't particularly love your job, but it's a job and it helps your ego a little bit, or you don't want to stay at home because it hurts. But you'll hold resentment this way. This way you won't hold resentment. You'll be happy. So it really comes down to happiness on your end, and particularly on the relationship compared to finances.
Right.
Oh man, I feel like I still can't do that. Still can't tell her to quit her job. Like I still can't do it.
I mean, she's telling you right now. She's saying,
She's like,
Devon, I'm okay with it. I will be a stay-at-home mom.
Just let me know.
Yes. Tell me what you want.
Yeah, because I can see it in your eyes. You're already sad, and the baby's still in my belly.
Are we married to Devon right now?
Yes. Make a decision.
Look me in the eye,
Mr. Locke.
I made a decision. No, you're gonna keep working.
Wow. I don't know.
I
don't think you. I think you would have told her. I'm sorry.
I know we're on the podcast.
Yes.
Well,
we know you. BS. I'm sorry.
Correct me if I'm
Yes.
wrong. But I am pretty sure if she let you have that, you would say, "Okay,
Yep,
I'll go
to work.
You stay at home." And all realistically, like I want you to put it on everything right here.
Yes,
You are being
don't
truthfully
lie.
honest.
I'll be truthfully honest.
Okay.
You're not gonna lie to us for our 7 viewers that are out there listening to us continuously.
I'm sure it's like
No.
9.
No, I would not let her
Maybe
quit.
10.
You wouldn't let her quit. Wow.
Wow.
So you just resent her for the rest of your life.
You would
then?
hold that because you know you're gonna hold
You
that.
said yourself
because
you
me
were
and
gonna
Mace are
resent
gonna
her.
give you the hardest
Oh my
time.
gosh, you won't believe the stuff we're
Every
gonna tell
time
you.
we see you, and
But he's
you're
trying
gonna
to
think
say-
that's not gonna like he said that's not gonna boil up.
But he's trying to say that he'd rather just take it than put it on her.
Right, but again, I think what Patrick's trying to say is that eventually takes a toll on the relationship. That really does. If you take it and you're just consistently bubbling it up and just taking it and being upset about it every time me and Patrick come to Devon's house and we're like, "This is a really nice house your wife bought," like he's getting super mad.
Man, I feel like either answer is not gonna make me look good, but that's the honest answer. Because if I say I'm saying yes, I mean like I'm saying like I would not let her
Right.
quit her job, right? I'm saying I don't want you to quit your job. You're saying that's going to boil over in the relationship, make it a little worse. But if I say yes, I do want you to quit your job, then it makes me feel like you made this woman quit because of your ego.
You're not making.
You're not making her quit.
She's
She
giving
wants
you a
to.
decision. Basically, we're just saying, would you want to be a stay-at-home dad? That's
Yes.
literally what the question.
And
comes
I
down
don't
to.
think
I mean, I could. I guess I just feel
He won't be happy.
not.
Right, so we're giving
Right,
him the
so we're
decision
giving him
not
the
to
option.
have to do that.
it's not about making you look good or bad. That's not what this is about, right? It's about whether or not you can truly be a stay-at-home dad and be happy about it. And if you're
Right.
not,
Then
why
you would just
do
say
it?
no. Yes.
Why do it if you?
That's what,
Okay, then.
because he's on the fence. Is
Yes.
basically he's not answering the actual question. He's staying on the fence, saying, "Yeah, I would do it," but we
Yeah.
want him to say yes or no.
Exactly. It's not about looking bad or looking good. That's
Okay.
not at all. what
This
it's about.
article had viewpoints from both sides.
Yes.
All down it.
Could
We're
you
asking
be
what
a
side of the
stay-at-home
table you're
dad?
on.
It's about what makes you happy.
Yes. Are you going to be happy being a stay-at-home dad?
No.
Okay.
So was that,
There it is.
There it is. That
We got it, ladies and gentlemen.
It took an entire
It took
segment.
17 minutes, and Devin gave us the correct answer. By the way, that's 2 points for me and Mesa. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I really truly don't understand why it was so difficult, because I get it. You the ego thing, sure, I get it.
Because the thing about it is because what I said earlier, I was being honest. But if we're pulling it down to a yes or no question, then it's no.
Yeah,
That's the thing about it.
That's it.
That's
that was
it.
the question.
Well, that's the thing. I would do it,
but
I
you wouldn't be
like
happy
it.
doing it.
Thank you.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you have that option, you can't sit here and say, I can't make her do that,
Yeah.
right? No, if she said, I'm
Can't
cool
play both
either
sides
way,
of the argument on an argumental show.
I'm cool either option. It's your choice, Devin. I want you to be happy because I'm going to be happy regardless. You can't choose the option that you're going to make yourself miserable. You know what I mean?
Now it's like, okay, now you have to take a break, and a lot of women run into this.
Yeah.
They
A
have
lot
to
of
take
women
Oh,
break,
yeah,
and you
absolutely.
have to stop and have children, and they don't want to do the daycare thing. So that's hard.
It is kind of difficult to trust strangers with your child. So I can
Yes.
kind of see.
I could see. I
Oh,
could see
yeah.
it. Yeah, 98%. I could definitely see.
Yeah.
You definitely see that. But my thing, it's crazy because of a gender thing, right? Because guys, it's more of an ego thing,
Right.
Women,
Yeah.
it's more of a hard-working thing. Because I agree. Like,
Yeah.
I think a guy could work hard or not hard to get to where he is, but egoistically, he is going. It's gonna bother him. If it bothers him, it's gonna bother him whether he worked hard to get his job or it's
not.
a job he doesn't
Yep.
even really care about.
Yeah.
It's just an ego thing. Women, on the other hand, it's not an ego thing. It's a man. I worked so hard to get here, and
Why do I have to give it up?
Yeah. I have to
Yes,
take a
now
break.
I'm gonna have to take a break.
And it looks bad on you because they're like, well, why didn't you just start working? Why don't you have this experience? Well, I had to take about 5 years to have my kids.
And it's hard, and I think it's harder too because I think when, especially when it comes to jobs, women, it's a lot harder, right, for women to get certain opportunities, right? And so I think as a woman, if you do get that opportunity, you obviously want to take advantage of it. And I think a lot of women run into that too, and they're like, man, I have this opportunity, it's perfect, it's what I'm passionate about, I work so hard at it, and now I have to kind of make a decision, right? When the guys, it's like, man, on the other side, it's purely an ego thing. So I think that's what makes this discussion so interesting because you get to see it from a different side.